Breaking. Jon Jones breaks silence on Tom Aspinall fight. Vows to F*** MUP. In a moment that lit up MMA social media, Jon Jones was approached by a fan while walking through an airport. The fan, phone in hand, asked the reigning UFC heavyweight champion what he planned to do to interim champ Tom Aspinall. Without missing a beat, Jones leaned toward the camera, stared directly into the lens, and said it loud and clear, "I'm going to F*** him up." No hesitation, no filter, just classic Jon Jones bravado. That raw moment has now reignited interest in the long-teased heavyweight unification bout between Jones and Aspinall. Dana White has recently confirmed that while the fight isn't officially signed, it's very much in the works. "It's done but not done," he said in a recent interview. White made it clear that they're targeting the summer for this blockbuster showdown and that the UFC is doing everything possible to lock it in. For fans who've been growing impatient, this is the most promising sign yet that the heavyweight division will finally see a true champion crowned. For Aspinall, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. He's been flawless in his recent outings, dismantling top-tier opponents with shocking ease. His speed, accuracy, and ability to finish fights make him a terrifying matchup for anyone in the division, even a legend like Jones. But despite Aspinall's rise in fan support, Jones still sees himself as the king, and is now sending a message that he intends to remind the world why. Meanwhile, across divisions, another huge matchup is beginning to take shape. Khamzat Chimaev versus Dricus du Plessis. In a recent interview with Submission Radio, du Plessis's coach Morten Visser cleared the air about the ongoing confusion surrounding DDP's status. Rumors have been swirling that du Plessis was injured and holding up the fight, but Visser was quick to shut those down. "There's no injury, no delay. We're just waiting on the contract," he confirmed. But what really got the MMA community buzzing was Visser's breakdown of their strategy. Unlike most of Chimaev's past opponents, du Plessis isn't planning to avoid the ground. In fact, they want to take the fight there. Visser explained that they're embracing Khamzat's grappling-heavy style and even hinted that DDP might flip the script and rush Chimaev from the opening bell. That level of confidence is rare, especially considering Chimaev's reputation as a fast-starting, suffocating beast. The DDP camp even suggested they'd prefer to fight in the UAE and that August or September was looking likely. According to Visser, they were originally targeting a fight in June, but that timeline got pushed back. Regardless, du Plessis is healthy, in camp, and ready. All that's left is the official contract. As if the UFC landscape wasn't wild enough already, Israel Adesanya has entered a new phase in his career. Speaking on the Pound for Pound podcast, the former middleweight champion revealed he's no longer focused on titles. After a brutal run that saw him lose to Sean Strickland, get finished by du Plessis, and most recently fall to rising star Nassourdine Imavov, Adesanya's tone has shifted. He's not chasing belts anymore, he's chasing legacy fights and paydays. Adesanya was candid about his recent struggles. "I'm not the same guy I used to be," he admitted. "But I'm still dangerous, and I still want to fight. Just not for a belt." Despite the losses, he's not walking away. In fact, he says he feels inspired again. Whether that leads to a Strickland rematch, a super fight with a legend, or a high-profile fan-favorite clash remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, Izzy's mindset is different and is done playing by the old rules. And while Izzy plots his next move, the welterweight division is heating up with a wild matchup between Carlos Prates and Ian Gary. Prates, the Brazilian knockout artist with an attitude to match, has gone on record saying he's better than Gary in everything. After Gary claimed he hits harder, Prates laughed it off, saying, "Look at my knockouts and look at his. I'm the most dangerous everywhere. Striking, ground, whatever. I'm a black belt, he's a white belt." End of story. What makes this fight especially spicy is the contrast in styles and personalities. Gary is polished, technical, and confident, bringing with him a large global fan base. Prates is raw chaos, a cigarette-smoking madman with walk-off knockout power and a cult following. This is the kind of clash that could steal a fight card, with the winner potentially entering the title conversation at 170. Prates wasn't done trash-talking either. He took direct aim at Gary's grappling credentials, or lack thereof. People say I should watch out for his ground game. What ground game? He couldn't even finish a guy he had full back control over. He's not on my level. That kind of talk sets the tone for what's sure to be a wild, high-stakes scrap between two very confident men. With all this unfolding, one thing is crystal clear. The UFC's 2025 lineup is turning into a firestorm. Jon Jones is back in the spotlight and calling his shots. Du Plessis is gearing up for war with Chimaev. Adesanya is redefining what legacy means. And Carlos Prates is daring Ian Gary to test his chin. These aren't just fights. They are moments that could redefine divisions. As Dana White continues working behind the scenes to get contracts signed and venues booked, fans are left to speculate, dream, and argue over who wins what. But if even half of these matchups come to fruition, 2025 could go down as one of the greatest years in UFC history. That's it from MMA Psycho. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for daily updates. Because in this sport, anything can happen, and it usually does.